just latching a little bit to the theme of Italian Design Day, which is about redesign, and I'm guessing that's partly to do with, don't use the word circular economy, but reusing and repurposing.
Well, you know, at the risk of being controversial, and
Yes.
I did recite to myself 3 times before I got here, don't say anything controversial, don't say anything controversial, don't say anything controversial. But unfortunately, I'm going to say something controversial.
Yeah.
And Italy has been the master of circular economies for centuries.
Yeah.
And the rest of us are just catching up.
Just catching up, yes.
And so, you know, by example, you know, my father introduced the concept of briquette machines here in Adelaide.
Yeah.
Where the sawdust was reprocessed into briquettes that could then be used in barbecues and fireplaces and such like. Chemicals aside, of course.
Yeah.
But and I think this is where and it's ironic because I sort of think about the PhD and kind of what it says, and this is where, you know, we all take for granted what we do now with design. You know, people are producing all this wonderful stuff, architecture, furniture, cars, you name it, but really the Italians were at the pointy end of this whole idea. And I do talk about the car industry, but you know, that was more based in Emilia Romagna. And I look now at what's happening with food, and how there's a plethora of these new Italian restaurants around Adelaide, you know, reinventing Italian food. Yet, if you look at what's happening in Italy, the Italian food class, if you like, are actually going back to more traditional recipes.
Yes.
And so a lot of what Italy has created, and we're not talking not the last 50 or 100 years, we're talking centuries here, has long been appropriated and taken and used around the world and presented back as, you know, the best cappuccinos are made in Adelaide.
Yes.
And of course we all know that they weren't invented in Adelaide.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. So you're saying, yes, the value of tradition and history keeps on coming back and being important. Okay.
Yeah, and this whole idea of a circular economy is very significant, and it's particularly significant in Italy. And you see it in furniture design, and you see it in car design. You know, everything is recyclable. There's very little waste.
Good.
I mean, I imagine that we'll end up where Italy is, where, you know, your waste bin is picked up and weighed, and you pay according to how much it weighs.
Oh. Okay. Yes, I can see how that could be argued. Yeah. Some local council have probably been thinking about that.
Well, you know, we do a great job of recycling here, but again, you know, in Italy, batteries are recycled, glass is recycled, plastic is recycled, paper is recycled. I mean, you know, again, my friends and family there, you know, basically reduce their, and I don't know if you're probably familiar with those green waste bins that councils provide. That's pretty well the size of a very small bucket. You know, my friends and I'm talking Bonato here, so I'm not speaking for all of Italy. That's the sum of their waste that goes to landfill would fit in one of those buckets.